Today, one of the most talked about movies of the year is finally hitting the screens. The Big Short features an all-star cast, and yesterday our certified movie critic talked to Steve Carell and also Ryan Gosling. Now she sits down with Academy Award winner Christian Bale to talk about money, big banks, and playing a real-life person.
Michael, how are you?
I found something really interesting.
The whole housing market is propped up on these bad loans. They will fail.
The housing market is rock solid.
It's a time bomb. We have to act now.
Christian Bale is adamant, and as it turns out, he's right. Or at least the man he plays certainly is. Bale brings to the big screen Dr. Michael Burry in The Big Short. He was one of the few men who predicted the housing collapse. The flick hails from the book of the same name by the same man who penned Moneyball. Also starring, ironically enough, this man.
If we're right, people lose homes, people lose jobs.
The banks have more incentives than greed.
You're wrong.
Well, as we all know by now, they were wrong, and a great many folks suffered. That could be one reason why many critics are calling it the most important movie of the year. I know I certainly did. See? That's me right there. But I digress. Off to LA I went and sat down with Oscar winner Christian Bale. We talked about the movie, but started off with the Florida heat.
Little like walking into a dishwasher mid-cycle there in the summer. It's a little hot, a little humid.
In here?
No, in Florida.
Oh, in Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right. No, everyone else was just saying it's hot in here as well.
It could be the 5 pairs of Spanx I'm wearing or the fact that you're in here. I'm not exactly sure.
I've got Spanx on too.
Oh, good. Something in
You and me.
common.
All right.
I saw this movie last night. Great movie. I have to tell you, I was a little intimidated by it because you hear numbers, you hear subprime, you hear all that other stuff. You kind of glaze over. Yep. But you did a really great job of bringing it a really dense, big, thick subject, something that's relatable. How important was that to you?
Entirely, because otherwise we're doing the same thing that Wall Street does, where you get this vernacular that is designed purely to confuse. Now, we use the vernacular, but the point is you don't need to know anything about it. And obviously, you know, true numbers people, like Dr. Mike Burry, who I played.
Hi, Lawrence. We have no confidence in your ability to identify macroeconomic trends.
They understand these things in a way that I can't even begin to, but the basics of what is essential to understand are incredibly simple, and Adam presents it in a way that you don't need to know the acronyms or the vernacular. You just need to see what the consequences are on real people's lives. It's a movie about feeling, not about cerebrally understanding Wall Street's intentionally confusing language.
And what is the takeaway that you want the audience to go from? Like, you know, it's not necessarily about placing blame or even finding a solution necessarily, but is it, you know, be more cognizant, pay a little more attention? Like, what is one of the major messages that you think audiences should take away from that?
I don't think it's the worst thing if people come out placing blame or trying to find solutions. I think the solution is needed to be found because trusting people, myself included, kind of believed that better minds than their own would solve this so that it could never happen again, and that hasn't happened. It could happen again very easily. First and foremost, it should be entertaining, and it is. And you've got Adam McKay at the helm, and he's one of the funniest bloody men you'll ever meet, and it is comical and entertaining and very heartbreaking and tragic as well. He combines all of them beautifully, and that's what you really can come out of the movie feeling. Beyond that, yeah, there's a great many questions if you wish to delve into it of what do you do about it, you know, if you want to go there.
So Mike Burry, a guy who gets his hair cut at Supercuts and doesn't wear shoes, knows more than Alan Greenspan and Hank Paulson.
Yeah.
You as an actor and a storyteller, you read the script, do you think, are you more attracted to parts of his character, or are you more attracted to the message of it? I mean, what's more important for you as an artist?
So for me, it's just the enjoyment of this wonderful character and person of Dr. Mike Burry, who is one of the most brilliant men I've ever met, and one of the most sincere and heartfelt people I've ever met as well.
Okay, yesterday Ryan Gosling, Steve Carell, now Christian Bale. I have to say, I've always been a fan of him. What did you think, Tony? What did you think of him?
This performance is amazing. I love this performance. Everybody, Steve Carell kicked it up a notch. Christian Bale kicked it up a notch, but I'm going to tell you something that's going to make you like him even more. This is a movie about money,
Right.
and how to control it and who should be watching your money. I'm leaving the Four Seasons, which is where this interview took place. The guy rolls up, not with a
Were you
driver.
guys in LA, or
we
where
were in
were you?
LA.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in LA. Guy rolls up, not with a driver, not with this big black Mercedes. He rolls up in his own Toyota Tundra pickup truck.
Oh my gosh, that just makes him so endearing,
I
doesn't
know, right?
it?
Picks up, gets off, and goes, and he's like, "I'm out, see ya." And we're like, "Oh my God, this is yeah."
I do. Now I love him even more. He's one of us, and that's what we like to hear.
He
so
is.
I'm really looking forward to this one. Super all-star cast.
It is an all-star cast, and you know, one of the great things that I really, really love about this is a movie that takes a really big, thick, subject like money. It makes it a little more palatable, but you're going to walk away feeling so angry. And just like Steve Carell was saying yesterday, you're going to start a conversation about it.
It really
and
gets that emotion going. That's a good
does.
movie then. I like the ones that really kind of make you think and really kind of get to your heart there. So we're looking forward to this one. So